KNEC.com, the loudest.com on the planet. With me, welcome one of the legendary thrash bands, Andreas Kisser of Brazilian thrashers, Sepultura. How are you doing, man?
Hey man, how are you? Good to be here with you all. Just good, waiting for to go back on the road. Anxious.
Yeah, I'm sure very anxious. Like you guys had gone, well, the whole world had gone under this whole quarantine, and you guys had just released Quadra, and that must have been difficult not to be able to just, get in front of the fans and show them what you got.
No doubt about it, man. I mean, Sepultura, it is a touring band. I never actually thought that Sepultura could be a band without touring.
Yeah.
Like the concept of, releasing an album, working, promoting. The main part of everything is touring. Everything to be on stage and to go places to see people and etc. And yeah, as you said, we just put it out Quadra in February 2020. In March, everything stopped, airports, borders, and everything. And we kind of created this event, Sepul-Quarta, because we needed to keep in touch with each other, because we lost the touring, we lost the backstage, we lost the tour bus, where we talk, where we fight, where whatever. We did everything as a band. So the Sepul-Quarta event every Wednesday was really the focus every Wednesday to work, to create ideas together. And it was great. We didn't plan to make an album, but it came out of it, an album of that event, So I think we kind of managed to really create a Sepultura without the stage, that saved the band really, that kept us together with the purpose, with the focus, and it was great experience, and now we're ready to go back on the road, and hopefully it will happen soon. We just announced actually the North American tour for 2022
Right, I
with
saw the
Burning Bright,
rescheduled dates. Right.
Crowbar, yeah, Aftershock, and hopefully everything will be great, for us to go and enjoy ourselves together with the crowd, and let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, I think, really strengthen the name Sepultura because I think the fan base that Sepultura has had, you guys just strengthen it with keeping yourselves busy and then bringing all these collaborations with the videos that you guys are doing. We're here to talk about. I'm Latino. I should
Indeed.
be able to say it. Sepul-Quarta, August 13th through Nuclear Blast, Sepultura.
Sepultura.
And this release, it's a collaboration of live music. It's all these songs that you guys put together during the quarantine, isolated yourselves, and you guys just went through your whole discography, right? The whole history of Sepultura. You brought on a lot of these guests like Scotty and David Elfson, just to name a few. Who else did you bring on board with this?
Dude, it was an amazing experience, really. Like I was saying, every Wednesday we thought about a different subject or a different topic, a different song. We use this momentum really to play songs. Of course, we play like the known songs like Arise or Refuse, whatever. But we also play like side Bs and side Cs,
Yeah.
whatever songs that we never played live and we rarely play live. And step by step, slowly we start inviting our friends. We know a lot of people, we have the privilege to tour the world for so many years, and they're all our friends, and we have mutual admiration and etc. We jam together, as you mentioned, with Ellefson and Scotty Ian, those songs before on stage, and Evan Dawson, Alex Koenig, Danko Jones, and Holcomb, and the Brazilian musicians, the three ladies from the bands here, Fernanda Lira, Angelica
Fernanda
Burns,
Lira,
and
yeah.
May from Torture Squad. Yeah. So it's just like was a great effort from everyone for us to keep going, because every musician was at their houses, so
Yeah.
in that sense it was very easy to organize everything, because hey, what do you think about doing territory with us? All right, let's do it.
Mhm.
At my house, doing the video, doing the audio, they all sent here. I mix the audio, our
Oh,
webmaster edit all the video and stuff, and we
yeah.
did it, like just doing every Wednesday, and it built so much. A lot of people got involved, and in the end of 2020, we got an amazing material in our hand that we decided to put an album out and remix everything, with a professional mixer and mastered everything. We chose 15 songs. There are still more songs that we want to use for future releases.
Oh,
We have, for instance, Desperate Cry with Jason Bittner with 2 drums. It's
oh
amazing.
wow. Mhm.
But it's something that we want to keep for future releases. It would be cool
Sure.
to have that. And we have 15 songs, a lot of amazing people involved, and it is an album that created by itself. We didn't plan to make it, and in the end, it came out of it. It was great.
Yeah, I think I saw the track listing and some of the names, and it's like basically another best of album, but just remastered somehow. And
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, it's not actually live. It's not a live album. It is not like a studio album as well. Because Hata Mahata, there are 3 drummers.
nice.
Imagine you do that on stage. I mean, it's possible, but it'll take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of people, microphones, and sound check, and all that stuff. In the studio as well. And now, I mean, it was easy. In a day, we did everything.
Yeah.
I mean, very, each one of their own houses, they have the drum set, and one of the drummers record the drums at his backyard in his farm,
Mhm.
and with his phone. The album, the concept we had was really to use the elements we had. I mean, we couldn't leave our houses, we couldn't leave our homes, but we have the tools of the technology and internet that allowed
Right.
us to do that. And
Right.
and this format is, like I said, it's not either live or studio. It's something new. There's something that can be used in the future as well.
Yeah, I think this if anything came out of this that was positive, it was like the home collaborations, everybody doing their homework at home, and did you once this whole thing was happening, did you how was your approach to like just jamming at home and recording yourself? Like, was that it must have been like a something new to you, right? I mean, besides like when you're sitting at home and writing riffs, writing new material, but under the
Yeah,
circumstances, like,
it was like recording an album, but 100 times more relaxed. Without the pressure of writing something, we have to be perfect or everything. We're just like playing, just jamming. Those songs they're very used to play live. Other stuff I have to relearn, like Slaves of Pain, for instance, was a song that we didn't play for so many years, a lot of parts. And Fred Leclerc, he wanted to do that song with us, and it was great. He did all the leads, note by note, was perfect. So
oh man,
that was another thing as well. Like we gave total freedom for the guests to do whatever they want. I mean, there's an opportunity to make a very special version of Territory, for instance, with 2 bass players that we never had anywhere else.
Mhm.
Inner Self with Phil Rind as well, 2 bass players. Hata Mahata with 3 drummers. It's something that it's very difficult to achieve on the road. That this I mean, this situation here was perfect to do something like that.
Yeah.
And
Well, who knows? Maybe in the future, you guys will
maybe
all cross paths and kind of relive some
I
of the
hope
magic that
so.
you had. Yeah,
Now we have a reason, for the guys to come to the show and jam with us.
yeah, yeah. Like
And
the big festivals or something. I'm sure you guys will run into each
yeah,
other.
it will be great, man. You'll be great. Even, imagine doing one show with everyone. It'll be fucking crazy.
Yeah, amazing. I hope I could get to catch that. I was really bummed that you guys had to postpone these show dates, and I'm glad to hear that they've been
No
rescheduled.
shit, man. Yeah,
So
you got it,
we'll be
man.
catching you out here in Los Angeles, especially with LA Locals Art of Shock here. And
Nice shirt, man.
thank you, brother. Thank you.
Back.
I gotta tell you, like as a fan, Sepultura has been one of the bands that really influenced me in a ton of ways, man.
Thank you, man.
From
That's
like
great.
Igor's drumming back in the day, because he was, a Zildjian guy,
Oh
and
yeah.
then through the evolution of Sepultura, you brought in the beast Eloy Casagrande, which fuck, if anybody can do it, he can do it, and he's just a monster, honestly.
It's amazing. Yeah.
From
It's
drummer to
so
drummer,
inspiring. It's
so
inspiring, man.
inspiring, yeah. So from drummer to drummer, give him a fist bumper, man. He's a badass, and then
Definitely.
he's definitely it's part of the evolution of Sepultura has been that like you bought in some quality, you
Oh
bought in
yeah.
Derek and then Eloy, and then it's just like through 35 years, man. Congratulations, 35 years.
You know what, man? 35 years. I'm 52 years old, and I feel better than ever.
Yeah,
I play guitar better than ever. I feel better physically, of
yeah,
course, mentally, with all the experience. Having Eloy with us, he really inspired me to get better. Well, and Derek, so, I mean, and he too. I mean, he joined the band 10 years ago, But on this last 10 years, he grew up so much, because we always give total freedom to explore and
Right.
really do the break the limits, whatever, go to the extremes.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel now writing, because I have better possibilities, more possibilities, because I know he will be able to do it, and vice versa, because I mean, we're doing this together and etc. And it's a great feeling, it's a nice for Mediator, Machine Messiah, now Quadra was really nice development, that we had.
Yeah, you guys still keep that thrash element, especially with Quadra, and but you also stretch the boundaries a little bit. You definitely like. I think ever since Roots, you brought in a lot more of the tribal sense, or at least more of a
Yeah,
I don't know, I want to say organic, but uh, just different elements that really expand your sound, and
I think working with Jens Bogren as well for the second time, we did Machine Messiah. He was a little too Swedish still. And after working with us, he got a little more Brazilian, and us as well. I have to wake up at 6 in the morning to start recording guitars. This was something totally crazy for me, but I had to readapt myself and be a little more Swedish in that respect. But on Quadra, we got along more easier. He was more relaxed, we were more relaxed, we knew each other better, and you can feel on the sound. I think that's the organic element that you mentioned. It's a little more loose, it's a little more like a live situation. And I think it was really this chemistry that we had with the producer, that really helped.
yeah, and that's really important because like he helps you get feedback and he pushes you right. Like it's kind of frustrating sometimes working butting heads a little bit, but you all have the
It's a
same
part,
goal.
yeah.
Yeah, you all have the
Yeah,
same goal.
exactly. What,
Yeah.
as long as we have the same objective, we're gonna fight for it, both ways.
Right, right. Now, with Quadra, like the whole touring had to be put on hold. But before that, like, how long was the writing process and the recording process for Quadra? Because you guys average roughly about 3 years between releases, right?
Yeah, I mean, with Quadro we started earlier because on Machine Messiah it was very quickly in like 4 months write and record everything, so was really quick. And on Quadra wanted to have more time, so we started like a year and a half before, like collecting ideas, even on the road, talking.
Hmm.
I found the concept very early, so everybody knew what type of album we were supposed to build and stuff. Dividing the album in four, using numbers and geometry. It helped a lot for us to organize all the musical ideas and lyrics and stuff. So it took a year, like I don't know, 13 months or so. That doing demos, listening a lot, and then the process that Jens came in, at the very last process to really do the final touches. So yeah, around a year and a half, everything recording and mixing. So it was really cool that we could manage not to stop everything that we do to write.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a moment right before we went to the studio, we really focused on that. But during touring and playing and traveling, yeah, I want to tour.
Believe me, we all want to see you guys tour again. Uh,
Oh my God.
Sepultura was one of the first concerts I caught out here in Los Angeles. It was at the Hollywood Palladium, and I don't know if you
Wow.
remember
I
that.
remember that. A
Yeah,
Rise tour, I think. Yeah.
yeah, the Rise, and I think Fudge Tunnel had played with you guys,
It was
and
crazy. It was crazy, man.
it was
Los
crazy.
Angeles, man, all the Latinos and stuff. I mean, Los Angeles and all Texas, all
Southwest.
those places was insane,
Yeah,
insane. Because of it, we are Brazilians, and you have that Latino feeling. And
Latino. Yeah.
I remember we toured with Devastation as well. Was really really special. And that Palladium show was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. This was the first time I crowd surfed and I landed on the
Right.
back of my neck.
It's
But
right.
I was like, fuck yeah. But yeah, one of the most memorable, man. Like I said, like one of my first ones, and you guys Sepultura. I'm so glad you guys are just like trekking forward and bringing it with every release. And how important is it to you to like have a gap between releases, whereas versus bands that do it like every year, but you guys space it out. Is that your
Yeah, we like to take our time. We like to tour. We love to travel, and we like to I mean, and going places, it takes time. Of course, we do the circuit in the States and Canada. We go to Europe. We do the festivals. But we go to Asia. We did once like 15 shows only in Russia. 5 shows in Siberia, and then takes time. Really traveling and stuff. And we're not in a hurry. I mean, an album have to stretch like that. I think the stage and playing the songs and really evolving, towards the next project is very important. And we go everywhere. We went to Armenia, we went to Georgia, we went to South Africa or whatever. We try to play in Lebanon, in Egypt. We really love that type of challenge. To go places, especially places that don't have concerts that often, and it's very difficult, technology, but somehow we make it happen. We have a crew that is really a miracle crew if you put together
Sure.
all the challenges that they had to make a show happen with all the technical problems that can happen in a tour, in a
Yeah.
concert.
Even the
But
behind the scenes stuff like paperwork and stuff like that
yeah,
is a big deal.
but this is something that really drives us.
Yeah.
Something that really keep us motivated and really there, because they didn't have much there, to do their concerts and their shows and stuff. So we like to, every situation is a situation, so you like to make it happen. So
Yeah.
it's great. We learn
They,
a lot doing that.
they probably played like a lot of like stripped down shows, like real
Oh
like
yeah,
small venues. Yeah, and those are probably some of the funnest ones too, because you're
it's
like right up
great,
close
man.
with the fan.
We
Right?
went to Mongolia, for instance. The first time we played Mongolia last year or two
Wow.
years ago or something like that. Yeah, and it was an amazing experience. They didn't have a clue about a lot of technical stuff or security places and stuff. It was really funny sometimes, but it was amazing for us. A great experience. Heavy metal concert and stuff, and you learn a lot doing that. You go through and you play all the songs with that crowd. You have a different reaction because they're watching you for the first time in their life,
Yeah.
and vice versa. And it's always a great experience. Great energy.
Yeah. They're like singing along. It's like, oh, well, I'll just give you the mic, you know, and they just
Yeah,
eat it up.
it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And here's the thing: we're fortunate here because places like that, they travel miles and miles and hours to go see you guys because like the rarity that a great band comes through and just, like I'm sure it just sells out like that too.
No, yeah, it's they appreciate we go so far, to travel, and we spend time away from our families and stuff, and they're very thankful, and we are very thankful they are coming to see us, of course, and it's seeds, that we plant, and we plan to go back, and we did that with many places, especially. I mean, we started touring in 1989 when the wall was still up, Poland and Czech Republic and Russia and Ukraine, all those places were, kind of forbidden to go. And all of a sudden the wall fell, and we took that, on our Rise tour in 92, 91, 93. We went all those places, and we helped, of course, build a better and stronger scene in those countries, because shows are starting to happen, and you see now so many great bands that comes from those places, and
Yeah.
those countries and stuff. So it's really cool. It's that we still have that Indiana Jones spirit, to go places and really feel that type of adventure as a musician, a touring musician have.
Mhm.
It's great.
And it goes back to I think what we were saying is like you reinventing yourself. The band kind of evolves, and it adds to the
Definitely,
fire, right? All these elements from, you guys yourselves. You said yourself, you guys feel more youthful. You guys have like this energy, this newfound
definitely,
energy,
no
and
doubt
then
about it. Yeah,
yeah,
always learning.
yeah, and then connecting with the fans because I believe me as a fan, like the fan base is, there's certain bands that have their diehard fan base, and Sepultura is definitely one of those. So
Yeah,
like,
no doubt about it, man. It's I mean, without them, we couldn't really survive this pandemia situation. They
yeah,
were very supportive, participating on Sepul-Quarta, watching the videos, doing their the subscription, and donating to the organizations that we did some partnerships during the
that's right.
Sepul-Quarta, and buying merch, which was fantastic. This helped us so much, not only the band, but we have the crew, we have the people that didn't have any other chance or whatever for a few months to do their job and stuff, so we own everything to the fans, and that this album, it's for them. They made that album possible. Without
Mhm.
them, we wouldn't be possible to do that. Was crowdfunding, nothing like that. It was just a matter of attitude of being part of something. It was fantastic feeling and experience. I'm really surprised till today that how come we could manage to do an album like that,
Yeah,
with such amazing list of people and stuff,
yeah.
and because of the fans, because they really kept us going, they really kept us motivated, to keep going, and we're very thankful. It's a fantastic feeling.
And I think I speak for everyone in saying that the feeling is mutual. You kept people going, you kept people interested in the music because during this whole bullshit,
Definitely.
I mean, like
Yeah.
what we were doing, if we weren't watching some stupid movie or TV show, we were
Sure.
listening to our CDs or our record collection, either the new stuff and old stuff, or watching YouTube and videos like you guys are putting out. And I think it motivated a lot of people to hardly start jamming, or start
Yeah.
jamming again, or like,
Definitely.
pick up the guitar, pick up the drums, and
No doubt.
collaborate with their friends. It's like, hey, I can't see you, but let's, I saw this cool thing that Sepultura did. Let's do a video like that, I know you
Awesome.
like her
Yeah.
because me, yeah, like, I think I did one with a buddy of mine too. We also did I forgot what song we did. I want to say "Desperate Cry" or something, but we did that too.
All
But
right. Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah, yeah,
saw. I saw a few Sepultura stuff going on, and it's so great to see. You're actually absolutely right, man. The inspiring that the fans gave to us, like really to continue, and that feedback. Whatever
yeah,
the exchange of energy and the motivation to pick up the guitar again. A lot of people have the guitar there, or an
yeah.
instrument and stuff, and have that routine again. The possibility to start again, and it's
Mhm.
great to hear that, man. It feels good.
Yeah. So again, we're here with Andreas Kisser. Sepultura out August 13th is Sepul-Quarta. Sepul-Quarta.
Sepul-Quarta.
Quarta.
Yes.
A collaboration of just amazing musicians. August 13th. And do you guys? I mean, are all the videos of the collaborations you guys have done? Are they all on YouTube?
Yes, all the videos are. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. They are on our webpage and Sepultura's YouTube page. All of them, all the guests are there.
Great, great. So like the same songs that are also on the album as well.
Yeah, the album is the same songs. We didn't do any overdubs for the album, but it's remixed, of course. The album we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
a proper mix and mastering and stuff, so it's a better quality sound. But the videos and the music are the same.
Very good, very good. Now, through 35 years, you guys have just been going like a train. Like you've seen the differences from the scene and from the studio. Like, was it difficult at first to kind of just go along with the times as things are changing and evolving?
Yeah, every time something changes, especially as older you get, it's difficult to deal with changes like that. But that's our life, especially the time that Sepultura started touring the world, like in '89, was still vinyl, and then CD came up, and then MD and Video Laser and download and Napster and now NFT and crypto coins. Here we are. It's like it never stops. It never really stops. Concepts of value and what is worth and etc. What is the music and streaming platforms that don't pay shit for the artist, which is
Yeah.
another subject that is really is something important to discuss. So
Yeah.
technology is here. Of course, there's a fact, but we have to learn how to deal with that. In a more respectful way, I will say. It's not
Respectful for the
because,
artists. Respectful for the artists.
yeah,
Because the artists, like, they're
everyone.
like on the low end of the stick on here.
And the heavy metal fan are very faithful fan. They don't
Yeah.
like to buy bootleg stuff. They like to
Yeah.
buy the official stuff. It keeps the whole movement very strong, because the money goes to the band, to the manager, to the label, and it keeps everyone really working.
Yeah.
And we deliver great material with extra stuff, and we love that. As a metal fan, Maiden and Kiss, sending all the details, everything, putting your whole room as a Maiden
Yeah.
topic and
Yeah.
stuff,
No.
we
No, and
love
you guys
that.
have amazing artwork too. Your artwork over the years has been
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
we're always very concerned about that, to really put and be creative around that as well, and that's the metal
Mhm.
word that keeps us alive. We still love albums, not only like, hits here and there, the
Yeah.
whole storyline. And you see Maiden releasing an amazing new song, like, I don't know, 12 minutes long and stuff, tradition in metal. That's
Yeah.
fantastic, they're never gonna die, and it's stronger than ever, I have to say. It's amazing to see Metallic and Maiden playing stadiums around the world. They represent the what metal is all about. The
Yeah.
top of everything. And they're very strong. That's beautiful to see, because them strong, it makes everyone else strong as well.
Right. And you mentioned Metallica and Iron Maiden, and I mean Sepultura too is under that category where you have like generations of fans. 35 years.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
I mean I don't have a kid. At least not that I know of. But if I had a kid, I'd be like, son or mija, my daughter, I'd be like, hey, listen to this band. It influenced your daddy, and I hope it influences you. And or pass that along to kids, because like I'm out and
Yeah.
about and I see kids with like Sepultura shirts, and we do the little horns, I mean, like,
That's
yeah,
awesome, man.
you got to do that,
That's
you got to.
it's great to see young kids at the show, definitely, and
Yeah,
with older uncles or fathers, grandfathers, and stuff. Enjoying a concert together. That's the best thing to see. And we see that a lot in heavy metal, not only Sepultura, but in metal in general. It's a family thing. It's
it's a
amazing.
family, it's a community, like one of a
Yeah,
kind, you know what I mean, like, and might not be accepted, but it's like it's part of the thing that we love about it. All these
exactly.
outcasts, we all come together and
That's true.
support each other, and especially during this whole pandemic bullshit lockdown. I mean, we supported each other, even though if it was
Definitely.
virtually. We had
Yeah.
the support of Sepultura, and you guys had the support of the fans. And you know, uh, August 13th again, Sepul-Quarta, through Nuclear Blast. Make sure you guys pick that up. Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy
Fuck
merch,
yeah.
because, like he said, all that money, it goes into the hard work that these guys put out for you. They don't just do it for. I mean, I'm sure they do it for fun. Hell yeah. But make sure you get those concert tickets, especially when they come to your town. Now that the
Of
dates
course.
have been
Yeah, man.
rescheduled. Right, right. I wanted to ask you. So back when Sepultura first started, tell me about like the scene growing up, and like when was the moment that you realized, holy shit, Sepultura is a monster that is gonna just control us. We can't control it anymore.
It was a very underground scene, of course, like in the mid '80s, early '80s, especially mid '80s, with thrash metal, with Metallica and Slayer, Exodus, and all that beautiful stuff, that really had such a strong influence on the scene here. And I was a big part of that scene, learning about Creator and the German thrash and all that stuff, and it was very influential to me. I always like the traditional heavy metal, guitar leads, Dio, Ozzy, Black Sabbath, and all that stuff, But when I joined Sepultura, I brought that kind of influence to their more raw death metal punk vibe, and I think we created together that type of unique mixture, that Schizophrenia was the first, attempt that we did, and then Beneath the Remains, of course, and Arise. But I think it was during Rock in Rio in '91. We played January '91, right before Arise came out. We actually released a special release in Brazil only, with a different mix from Scott Burns, a different cover, just to have something new to provide for the fans, because we want to play Orgasmatron and other stuff from Arise, and we want to know that people at least heard that, etc. So, and that feeling, to play at your home country and have that feedback, because up to that point, the media in Brazil didn't care about Sepultura. We
Oh,
were already playing outside Brazil, Beneath the Remains, was very successful underground, but here, people didn't care that much.
hmm,
Generally, of course, our fans and the scene they knew about, but Rock in Rio really opened the eyes and ears of everybody for Sepultura, and we actually started being recognized in Brazil, and Arise was really created that momentum that, wow, man, now I think we are really doing something,
yeah,
special, or something different that really put us in a different place from other bands, whatever that is, and we have Brazil at our back, and we finally, representing something or something like that. And I remember Rock in Rio was really a turning point, and first time that we saw Rob Halford, coming to our dressing room and wanting to talk to us, because he knew about Sepultura. That blew my mind, Metal God, Metal God himself, coming
Right?
here at our backstage, wanting to know about Sepultura and to meet
Yeah,
us and stuff. That was
yeah,
so special, was so motivating. It
right.
was, I mean, it was like a dream, coming true, like, right there, meeting our idols backstage in a big festival. What
Yeah.
else can you ask, for a
I feel
tour?
you, man. I feel you. Like, if I can just share my story, when I started doing these interviews for KNAC, Rob Halford was one of the first ones I got to interview face to face, and like, I know what you mean, man. You're like, that's Rob Halford, you know.
Oh man.
And yeah, and he had some stories about KNAC too,
Yeah,
which was great,
totally,
So I'm,
totally.
so I'm just sitting there. I'm trying to keep my composure, like I'm
Uh,
trying to keep it with you, but it's
he was
it's
so nice. He was so nice, so respectful, man. I mean, just the that he knew about the band and he were already curious about us. Was so inspirational for us that, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's a metal god. How do you act, in front of God? It's like, it was so funny, But he was down to earth, of course. He was not a like, oh, I'm a metal god. He was Rob Halford, and
yeah.
he talked to us and in our bad English, and we could communicate whatever. I don't know how, but it was amazing.
Yeah, hey, metal is one great way to communicate with somebody, man. You guys, we always
Definitely.
connect somehow, one way or another. Even though if we don't speak English, it's one way we connect, though. I want to thank you
Yeah.
for your time, Andres. And
Thank
again,
you, man.
Sepul-Quarta comes out August 13th. Nuclear Blast.
Yep.
Make sure you guys purchase that online. Sepultura.com or Sepultura.br, right?
Yeah, sepultura.com.br for Brazil. That's our
Yeah.
website, and you find all the info there for sure.
Yeah. And then check out those those rescheduled dates. They're coming to your town. And I'm sure you guys have probably more plans to tour after this circuit, right?
Oh yeah, man. We're working very hard to really do all the touring that we missed in 2020, and
Right.
2021. We have the new album Quadra, so we want to really play the new songs and etc.
Great.
So hopefully everything will happen.
Very good, very good. And then do you have any last words for some of the fans that, either new fans or old fans? Anything you want to say to them?
Dude, yeah, just a privilege and a pleasure to be talking to you. Great to be talking about tour dates and the new release and everything. And thank you for the support. See you all soon. Obrigado.
What do you got? Cheers, brother. Give horns to all the Sepultura camp and everybody, and we'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you very much, man.
All right, cheers.
Ciao. Valeu.